You know what? I'll watch the live stream on this laptop. Give me a sec. Oh yeah, the battery is unplugged. Put the battery back on. Now there's going to be power going across the entire thing. And grounding. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Over here, the jet fan, you could see that we got the laptop running. And just in case you don't believe me, gotta be careful with the hard drive though. I don't want to tilt it too much, it's gonna affect the hard drive. This heatsink's gonna warm up though. Oh. Wow, okay. Yep, makes sense. The APU is getting warm, the heatsink's gonna get warm as well. Give me a second. Oh, that's so funny. That's a very quick reload. Okay. It's a very quick preload. Okay guys, so here we are. Give me a second. Taking ages to load. Give me a second. Okay guys, so here we are. Taking ages to load. Give me a second. Okay guys, here we are. Alright, so okay, just wait for Windows to park the hard drive and we should be good to go. Make sure you don't get me copyrighted. Okay, the APU is definitely warming up. Well, it's still warm. So basically this install, it doesn't really take many resources. That's why I installed it, because it's not resource hungry. Although the hardware is definitely 64-bit. So yeah, there you I will be looking forward to get a newer model of this laptop because I know that they do new models. This is the DM1, but it's slightly a newer model of the DM1. I want to get like something like maybe a DM4. It's a definitely better model. It's the same version of Windows on it, but it's just slightly newer. And it's probably got an extra USB port and stuff like that. Basically, some hardware, changes like on like the motherboard and stuff because I don't even know what thermal paste this is using. Might even be using the stock factory thermal paste. I have no idea. But this might even be using an Arctic Silver 5. Which is what still, I think my Dell laptop, I think it still uses Arctic Silver 5. I'm not really sure. But I don't really use Arctic Silver 5 anymore. I've got it laying around, but I don't really use that thermal paste. Yeah. Then I upgraded to MX4, which is quite a big upgrade because I know there's MX2 and then MX4. And then MX5 came out like 2 years ago, and then actually no, last year I think. This year, the Ultimate Performance one came out. Okay, and we wait for the hard drive. The jet fan not stopped spinning, but the hard drive is still going. Once it's done, I can know that it's complete. Oh no, Windows is still getting... Oh my god, that's even worse. I just wanted to turn this bloody laptop off and I didn't realise. I could put it in hibernation mode because I remember when I took the battery out. And hibernation mode just sort of, it writes an image on the hard drive and then turns it all off. It turns the entire thing off. Instead of going to sleep. When it's going to sleep, the RAM remembers that image, not the hard drive. And when you put it to hibernate, instead of the RAM holding that info, the hard drive will hold it instead. And because the hard drive is a hard drive, you can also let it turn off. You can also unplug the battery or take the battery out, and you can put the battery back in, and then turn Windows back. Well, turn your laptop back on, and there you go. You got the same image, same. Just continue where you left off from. It would be amazing if consoles can start hibernating as well, because I know we just about got sleeping the sleeping feature, or rest mode, on PlayStation 4. I want to know if you can get like a hibernation state, because that's extreme power efficiency, and I that's something I want. So I can turn the whole thing off. Still not finished yet. Turn the whole thing off and then basically just do what I need to do and then come back. So that basically it's saving a lot of power then, because it's not consuming much. But anyways, I do not know what thermal paste the guy put in there. I don't even know if he even took this thing apart. I don't know myself, okay. It's probably the old terrible bad thermal paste. I'm just going to go ahead and just throw in a good, amazing thermal paste. And I haven't done a thermal paste upgrade in quite long now. I think the last time I did one was like a couple months ago. A recent upgrade? I have no idea. But yeah, so, I guess what I could do. You guys know that Acer Aspire laptop? I could probably upgrade the thermal paste in that as well. Although, I really wanted there to be the dedicated GPU because, oh man, even though it's Vista, I still want a good, a good GPU. Even if it's a 32-bit system, or 32-bit CPU, which, oh my god, man, heats up a lot. Like, when there's no cooling, the bloody CPU gets so hot. I think it just starts thermal throttling or something like that. Yeah, it's not really good. It's taking ages, this hard drive. Mechanical hard drives, man. I want to get an SSD for this thing, but oh my god, man. I'm so sick and tired of mechanical hard drives. It's so slow. Okay, I mean, I can see the jet fan stop spinning because it's got us cooling. And thankfully in the BIOS, I can actually have a setting. It's called fan always on. Basically, with fan always on, the fan's always spinning, even at the lowest setting. I put fan always on to off because I knew that it only needs to turn on when the processor gets hot enough. If it's not hot enough, then it doesn't have to spin the fan. So that makes it very power efficient. That's not really in any of my laptops. Luckily, this is all just from the BIOS. It's not really much settings in the BIOS, but I want to get like, I don't know, what would be in the DM4? I have no idea. This is just a DM1, like a newer model of the DM1, but it's got the same, you know, LCD LED display. I'm pretty sure it's LED. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Looking at how thick it is, yeah, it might even be LED. I'm not really sure. LCD would be a lot thicker than that, you know, but LCD can also get really thin because my phone has an LCD display, and that's pretty thin as well. Just waiting for this thing to just shut down, but it's taking forever because of this. It's taking forever because of this. Look. So I'm just waiting on that. Could have just put it back in hibernation state, and I guess what I could do, I could just hold pressing all the power button, but obviously I'm not going to do that. Now I know in most laptops of this company, they actually do backlit power buttons. I know in the Pavilion 14 and 15, the power button was backlit. And that's one thing I love seeing on laptops. When there's a button but it's backlit, you know, the actual symbol on the button's backlit. That is amazing. Not only that, but if the keyboard was backlit as well, like, you know, it had its own LEDs, then that would be amazing, because a backlit keyboard, I only have one laptop that has a backlit keyboard. All of my other laptops, they don't even have a feature of a backlit keyboard. And this one I don't think has anything. I don't think it has any. I don't think this features anything like another connector for like a backlight. I can't remember. I think I had a laptop. I had a laptop that had a this you know, the main keyboard connector, and then it also had a little connector next to it, which was just, it didn't have anything in it. And that told me, wow, can I get a backlit keyboard for that laptop? You know, just plug it straight in. Then we've got a backlit keyboard. Because if that's the case, then I could even do that. However, a backlit keyboard could also take more power, and sorry, I'm just kind of distracted. Fuck sakes. What's it called? Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, so that laptop had the main keyboard connector, and then it also had a connector looking just I'm pretty sure it looked just like this one, or similar to this one. And it was right next, probably a couple like meters away, not meters, like, yeah, a couple centimeters away from this, you know, the main keyboard connector. However, this one just, you know, that tape is really holding it shut though. Like that tape is really on there and it's really holding it shut. Anyways, however, this connector here, you can always, oh shit, okay, that just burnt my leg. You know why? Because the APU is getting so hot. It's heating up. And not only that, the heatsink's made of copper. It's all copper as well. That makes it even worse. If it was aluminium, it wouldn't really be that bad. But because it's all copper, it makes it way worse. Oh my god, even the hard drive holds some heat. Obviously, it's a mechanical hard drive, not an SSD, so... However, I was thinking, like, maybe I can pull the SSD out of one of my other laptops. Cause I had an SSD in one of my other laptops. I can pull that SSD out, place that SSD into this laptop, and then, you know, we got another SSD in there. However, I would put this hard drive in that one, and just have the SSD from that one, put it straight into here, and then, you know, pretty much the laptop would be good to go then, because, you know, there's like, yeah, the hard drive is probably 128 gigs, but the jet fan stopped spinning. Now they're noticing, hey? Look at all these marks. Anyways, yeah, so I can literally just put an SSD in this part, and then that way the SSD wouldn't really, because the SSDs don't really spin or move or do anything. They're mostly all digital, so it's sort of like what I mean by that is like inside of the chip in the SSD, like the thing goes like that. However, then after that, actually no, yeah, the thermal paste is good enough, and obviously the jet fan is doing its job. Luckily, the jet fan is downside up. That's what I needed in the first place, right? After that, after the jet fan being downside up, the heatsink is also all copper, which makes it 10 times better. I think if I had a Celeron, though, it would have been a bit more power efficient, but whatever. I guess my DM4 could also feature a Celeron instead of the shitty. It's not that shitty, but still, it's a Vision E1 1200. I thought I had that same one in that laptop, but actually I realized that one has the E300 APU in there. So, anyways. I guess while this is getting ready, let me just go ahead and I don't know where I'm gonna place this laptop. I might even have to have it like that because the entire thing, the back thing is off. But yeah, see, the jet fan is turned off because the BIOS has told it to turn it off. And plus this is a very power efficient. With the Intel Celeron version, yeah, it's very power efficient. With the AMD version, not that much. It's still power efficient, but not very power efficient. However, the processor does get very hot, man. Look at this. And the processor does get hot enough, but I think it's just because the BIOS you're using is third parties, mostly Intel and AMD based. Mostly Intel. So obviously, another jet fan will be kicking in. Can I feel it from the bottom? Yes, I can. Feel it from both sides. So it's really pushing at it. But yeah, what's it called? I'm just a bit, annoyed how the keyboard has to sit over this jet fan, which is literally spinning below it. But don't worry, because the jet fan can just pull the air, literally just from. I can't focus right now. Literally from the what's it called? It can pull the air directly from below the keyboard because the keyboard is pretty much sealed. However, yeah, if I had a Celeron in this, I think the Celeron would have been better. Not only because there's probably more efficiency cores in the Celeron and stuff like that, but I've seen the TDP, the TDP of this APU. I think it was 17 or 18 watts, or must have been 16 or 14 watts TDP. And I've seen the TDP of the Intel Celeron, and that only had a 4 watt TDP. I was like, man, I need to get the Intel Celeron version because the Intel Celeron version is so, and I mean so power efficient. Like AMD, oh man, they always overheat, man. Like they get so hot. The Intel Celeron version, nope. Intel Celeron can keep going and going. I've seen it on Chromebooks. I'm not sure which Celeron they use there, or what generation of Intel Celeron they use on there. But it is all passively cooled because it only does 4 watt TDP and it can run Windows 10 perfectly fine without heating up too much. And when you see a CPU that's saving so much power but it's being like amazing at doing things inside of Windows, that CPU is amazing. And I've seen it myself. Celeron CPUs that run Windows 10, they run it really fast. Okay, Windows 10 just runs so fast. Look at that weird hertz thing. I see this on my TV, but not as much as I see it on this laptop. Look at that. See the 60 hertz refresh rate. It's actually flashing 60 hertz right in my face. Yeah, this is definitely an LED because I know LCDs can't. Yeah, my LCD doesn't do that. I know LEDs can definitely do this, right? LEDs can. One thing, LEDs can flash at many different hertz. LCDs, it would just filter. It would just be like smooth, like this. LEDs will be like this. You see, those hertz. I know some LED daylight, like pure white daylight light bulbs or daylight cold light bulbs. They would also flash at that at those hertz as well. I think the warmer bulbs don't, like the warmer color temperature ones, but I know the pure white daylight one and the daylight cool bulb, the one that has more blue light in it, it definitely has more of a hertz effect. I can definitely see it myself. Right, should be good to go now. Hard drive is so slow, man. If this was an SSD, it would have been gone like flyby. Why does it just say getting Windows ready? What does it mean? Just gonna put the thing back, the tape back on. Oh no, it's all came off again. Because it's heating up so much, it's always gonna make it come off. Don't worry, I could probably just put some new tape on there. Maybe I can super glue something on there. Suppose so. But I'm just gonna give the APU a good thermal paste upgrade because that's what it needs. This is taking forever. I guess I'll also test the HDMI capability as well, because I know VGA definitely works. VGA is always free to test. VGA, like, every one of my laptops feature VGA. I don't think I have a single laptop that doesn't have VGA on it. Yeah, I don't think I do. However, because, oh my god, oh wow. Wait, hold on, that's a South Bridge. Holy crap, that's getting so warm. I'm pretty sure that's the South Bridge. It's getting so warm. It's very hot to the touch. Foxconn 2012. Look at this says, guys. I know the jet fan is spinning. You could probably see, yeah? I'm going to show you from this side. Jet fan is spinning. But I'm just going to... There we go, stop spinning. Look at this. This is Foxconn 2012. Look, ready? Foxconn 2012. This laptop clearly proves that it's not from 2011 because it has, like stuff that mentions about the next version of Windows after 7. And this one says it all. This one talks all about it in the BIOS, literally. I'm not even joking with you guys, literally does. And the BIOS, if it's mentioning about legacy OSs and stuff like that, and this laptop's made for something newer, then obviously I'm going to run the newer OS on there. It's obviously going to run. And this is also capable of 10, because if it can run before 10 and 7, then this is capable of it. And this, I don't know why they did not make a keyboard that has the Windows key on it. They could have. Pardon me. But I guess they were just making it a bit more uniform, which makes sense. I don't know what thing they would change inside on the motherboard. They might move the location of the speaker wires around. Or the connector of the speakers. I think they might even change like various stuff actually. I remember seeing, it must have been on an older version, but I remember the jet fan, like one of them had the jet fan, like a bigger jet fan. It was upside down, and I was like, oh my god, why upside down? I do not like a jet fan upside down, and it's not really the best. But yeah, to be honest, I would get the Intel Celeron version if they made Celeron series for this, because I couldn't get any Intel i series, not even i3. i3 is a minimum I can go with the i series, obviously. However, I don't know, I don't think I've ever used a Core 2 Duo before, but I can already tell how slow it is. 32-bit, it's going to be worse, but I guess if you imagine for the time that the CPU got released, I think a Core 2 Quad would be a bit better than that, because a Core 2 Quad is like so much more. Core 2 Duo, there's not much you can really do on it. A Core 2 Quad, oh my god, what an upgrade. For the time anyways. I remember, Mackenzie had a 32-bit PC, and I was like, oh my god, Mackenzie, man, why? You know, like, he had a Core 2 Duo with the GT710, not a GT710, NVIDIA. I think it must have even been MSI as well. I'm not really sure, but I know, yeah, obviously it was a NVIDIA GT710. I don't know which one mine is a bit more powerful than that GT710, because it can run a lot more stuff, and it can run Hitman 2 so smoothly. Not very smoothly, but just enough to the point where it's really playable. I want to get a GPU that can run Hitman 2 at 4K at 60 frames ultra. Yeah, I guess I can't get one from online, because you never know, GPU miners and stuff like that. I've done my research, guys, and yeah, I heard GPU miners just waste GPUs and stuff like that. They're not really the best people. Hence why I don't really buy any GPUs off eBay. However, I would probably go to somewhere where I can trust, and I can buy the GPU straight away. And yeah, this laptop hard drive is so quiet, even though it's doing stuff. It's still reading and writing, but I can still hear it. It's just very slow, that's all. The APU is still very warm, but it's not warm enough. Actually, no, this temperature is warm enough for the jet fan to turn on. But obviously, this is an AMD version. I wanted the Intel. Why do people always have the AMD version of something, man? Why in a laptop? Why not? Well, the guy could have given me a desktop, but no, he gives me a... It's always a laptop, like, every time, My desktop, I had to buy, like, the motherboard and stuff for that. Oh, now the jet fan's spinning up. But other than that, though, like, no one's given me anything desktop related. It's always been laptops, always. And it's always been mostly a Windows laptop with an AMD processor in it. Always AMD, man. The Intel version is just... Now, the Intel version is obviously expensive, but it's better because it's got, it's Intel, it's better. I only got one PC or 32-bit laptop that has an Intel processor, and that's the Toshiba one that guy gifted me. It's got an Intel Core 2 Duo, and I was like, oh, thanks, okay. I guess people know, or people just probably prefer the AMD version. But is it because the AMD version is not, sometimes AMD processors are not faster than Intel. Intel's always pretty fast. Sometimes most of the time AMD is supposed to be faster than Intel. And I see that a lot, with the APUs and stuff. Intel's not really made any APUs, but my god, that Southbridge really gets so hot under there, man. That consumes more power than the bloody APU itself, because the APU doesn't get as hot. The bloody Southbridge, oh my god, man. Holy crap. Why is that Southbridge getting so warm under there? Very hot. Very hot. Not just a little bit hot, very hot, man. Super hot. That, Southbridge is getting so warm under there. Not warm, but like a lot more than warm. Oh, come on. This hard drive's taking forever. But yeah, I disconnected the keyboard ages ago because literally I was so fed up of just the keyboard, man. Like, you know, it was so stupid. I hated it because, oh man, I don't know what that guy did, what happened to this laptop, but that keyboard really messed it up. And ever since I disconnected the keyboard, guess what? It's not acting all crazy anymore. However, I will need to get a new keyboard because I know some keys on the keyboard don't really work. And I know it's just a keyboard, but still. I can always fix the keyboard later. But I just want to, just as of right now, quickly, I just want to get like good keyboard, functional one. Or what I could do, I can leave it like this, and I can just go ahead and get myself a DM4, a new model, or maybe the latest model DM4 laptop, or maybe something even better than that, because I have no idea. Because this one has all the stuff I need. Actually, no, this one has everything I need, except from the processor. That's the only thing I don't need, because to be honest, I've seen this processor is a bit worse. I think it's worse than the Intel one. But my god, AMD always gets very boiling, man. Like, oh my god, okay. However, yeah, this has got, you know, VGA, HDMI. I would say, I don't know. I do like how it's got two separate jacks on the side. So it's got an SD card slot. And luckily that even after installing this version, or this tiny install, the SD card slot still functions. Because usually, I don't know why, but the SD card doesn't function anymore. The SD card slot does not function anymore after you reinstall Windows for some reason. Or not after you reinstall Windows, but after you install a newer version of Windows, like manually install a new version of Windows, it just stops functioning for some reason. And I've seen that a lot on my other laptops. I have like 2-3 laptops that have an SD card slot, and I tried slotting it in, but nothing would just get detected. Nothing would. So this is the only laptop that has that working. I think it's because usually you're like within Windows it needs the drivers for it, and I think the hardware, this is using more hardware version of it. This doesn't really need any drivers or anything for it. It just works without it. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm probably just going to shut this down forcefully because I am getting quite bored of this. Time is passing by really quickly, but this hard drive is taking forever. I don't know what kind of stuff it's doing right now, but it's taking forever, man. You know, because if I just flip the laptop over, feel the temperature. Oh yeah, that tape is just coming off the heatsink because of all that heat. Trying to keep the tape on the heatsink, but it won't stay because the heat keeps making it come off. Ugh. What I could do though is, I was thinking maybe on the previous hard drive I can probably reinstall like a different version of Windows. Because if I'm just not going to use that hard drive, then I may as well just reinstall and use it for something. Because honestly, I'm probably not just going to have it there, just sat there. I want to use it for something. But I know my experience on that version of Windows, however, I could try and use it on desktop. See how it goes on desktop, because it might be fine. I have no idea. However, just thinking like, what can I do? Because I remember if I hit the well, I don't really remember. I remember from a video. If I hit the Windows key, it's just gonna come up with a different menu. Now, what if I were to? So when I install that version, it's just gonna be full of bloatware. Okay, that's the first thing. It's gonna be full of bloatware. And I don't like a bloated version of Windows, so I'm obviously gonna have a Tiny install. So that's, from now on, that's pretty much what I do now. I basically just have a Tiny install of that version of Windows, because I know the Tiny install is better because there's less going on, and there's very little resources actually consuming. But Microsoft loves to just bloat your laptop or desktop, even your portable device / tablet, with just a bunch of bloatware, and it's not good for your hardware, because your CPU / APU will not be able to handle it. I just want to see how that runs on my desktop, because I have no idea. That Southbridge is really warm. I remember, that Southbridge actually put a little burn mark on the thing. Like, how can the Southbridge get that hot? Ready, guys? Let me show you guys the burn mark. Because it's in the same shape of it as well. Look, guys. You see that Southbridge? It put a very bad burn mark on there. Because it got really hot. I don't know why the Southbridge always gets very hot, man. Like, very hot. Any hardware it is, the Southbridge is the first thing to just heat up immediately. Faster than the processor, because the processor will get hot. That's the main thing that gets really hot in the system. But the Southbridge probably could get even hotter than the processor, because I don't know what the Southbridge is reliable for, but it gets really hot. So, oh yeah, every laptop's supposed to have a Southbridge. If your laptop doesn't have a Southbridge, then it might just be like the BIOS's like configuring everything for you, or like organizing everything. Maybe it could just be maybe it could just be like extra stuff on the hard drive. I don't know. But I know it's something. What about the RAM? How hot's the RAM getting? Okay, the RAM's getting warm. The RAM is quite warm, okay. But it's not as warm as bloody Southbridge. Oh my god, man, that Southbridge is so hot. The Wi-Fi card, it doesn't really get that hot, to be honest. Yeah, I'm feeling the Wi-Fi card doesn't really get that hot. The battery doesn't even heat up whatsoever, because batteries don't really heat up in laptops that much. I think if the battery is internal, then yes it will, but the detachable batteries, they never really heat up. I've never ever felt them heating up so much before. What about these MOSFETs? Okay. MOSFETs are getting warm. They're warm. What are these MOSFETs not capable? What are they responsible? What is responsible for the processor? I have no idea. I'm thinking, they're probably responsible for the processor. RTC. Doesn't that just mean hit something and then you can reset the BIOS battery? The BIOS battery, you can reset the BIOS. I remember there was where is it pointing towards? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm gonna guess those two contacts there, you're probably supposed to short, and then they're probably gonna short circuit the BIOS battery, or something like that. It's gonna short circuit the BIOS brain, or the chip. And then basically it resets the BIOS. Okay, we're still stuck on this. I like how the jet fan stops spinning altogether. Ooh. wondering, oh wow, I could probably even take this entire thing off. Give me a sec. Can I detach this whole thing? It looks like it was tries to be detached before. But I think that's just on there. Yeah, that just unclips. As you unclip it, doesn't want to. I don't want to snap it, you see. So I just want to see how this is just built. That's all. Ah. Okay. Don't want to break it in half. So I've just unclipped the this. Look, guys. I've just unclipped this and it's, separating, and I can see, pardon me, the inside. Oh, I think I heard the hard drive park. Something's very warm. Must even be the hard drive. Okay, good. The laptop is now off. Okay, let me just. It's off camera, just make sure it's all clipped together. Okay. And just like that, I should be back together. Oh. Yep, there we go. Hoping I didn't put a crack anywhere. Yep, we're good to go. Okay, so let me start by getting the screwdriver. I'm probably going to use a bigger screwdriver. Actually, I'm not going to use the one from my repair kit. I'm just going to replace the thermal paste. That's all I'm going to do, and then after that, I'm done. I'm going to place the phone. So I can place the phone like where can I place it? I can probably move this. Don't question why this is even here. I don't even know why. And I can. No, that's not going to work. Hold on. Just slip this behind here for now. There. Hey, there we go. Okay, so now luckily to get the back cover off or the bottom cover off, you don't even have to do much. All you gotta do is pull back the battery thing, and then you just gotta slide it. So just to be safe. Just to be safe for everyone, I'm just gonna go ahead and take the battery out. That's the first thing. Fucking hell. Yep, that's how you take out the battery. Hoping it still holds charge. Fuck's sakes. Okay. Now, the second part is I'm gonna go ahead and get my thermal paste. Ouch! This battery is really sharp, by the way. Cheap manufacturing, so obviously it's going to be pretty, well, not really the best. I'd say not pretty bad, but anyways, we got our thermal paste. Let me show you the thermal paste. I'm going to be using this thermal paste. Oh no, it's out of focus. There we are. Didn't even realize it was out of focus. Okay, I didn't realize the phone was out of focus. Let me just move the phone a little bit more. Might fall, but whatever. So I'm gonna be using some of this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some of it on there. Thermal paste. Now this time I'm not really gonna empty. I've only got two more wipes left, so I'm probably just gonna leave those two, I don't know, for another time. I'm just gonna cheat a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some baby wipes. Actually, no, some lemon wipes. I've got my little thermal paste. Show you guys. Focus. Why is there a big shadow? Where's that shadow coming from? Is that my phone? I'm gonna be using this today. Got a little bit left now. I've used some previously. What did I use it on? Yeah, I used it on my PS4 and my desktop. Probably a couple of other stuff. I can't really remember what else I used it on. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out. Wait for it to autofocus again. Okay. And now with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my screwdriver. I know it's really late right now. It's like it's two in the morning right now, but I need to get this done. Because I was just on my laptop, I'm just waiting for something, and whilst I'm waiting, in that time I can fill that time up with some thermal paste. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get my screwdriver and get the correct bit. I'm just gonna use the whatever bit I can find really. Okay. This bit should work because it's Phillips. Okay, let's get to work, everybody. I'm gonna tilt the phone up a little bit now. Okay. Hoping you can see this. Don't focus on that. I'm not saying focus on that. I'm just saying focus on this. Okay, so first of all, we're going to take our... We're probably not going to take the fan connector off. I'm just going to unscrew the heatsink. Or should I take the fan off with it? No, I'm probably going to unscrew the heatsink and then I'm going to see what else I can do. So all we really need to do is just to unscrew the heatsink. Oh wow, let's take the screw off. And then guess what? We should be good to go. So, can't wait to see what the AP would look like. Hopefully it's not some shitty thermal pad. If I find out that this is using a thermal pad, I'm not going to be happy. This is a 64-bit machine. It should not be using thermal pads. Okay? It should be using thermal paste. There shouldn't be anything saying, or there should be no signs of thermal pad on this APU, because this is an APU. It needs all the cooling. Okay, it needs all that cooling, guys. And trust me, when you have an APU that has a TDP of 18 watts, you need to make sure it stays very cool, because if it doesn't, then it's too late. So I'm just going to pull... Wow, that heatsink comes off so easily then. Not so easily, but it took a little bit of force for that to come off. The heatsink is now loose, so I'm just going to go ahead and... Because I already knew that this is obviously really easy to take off. That thermal paste did not feel like fresh. That felt so like it just felt crusty. I'm going to see why. Oh wow, that is all. That's dried on. That APU does look pretty good, but that's bloody dried. Look at this. Okay, look at this heatsink for a start. Now looking at it, it's a pretty slim heatsink. Yeah, not much going on in the heatsink, guys. You see that? Now, let me feel it. Oh my god, okay. I don't know what thermal paste the guy used, but that is so dry. Look at this. Barely anything is coming off of it. That's very dry. And there is probably enough thermal paste on there, but still, that's very dry, that. Okay. Like, this APU probably gets... No wonder why it gets so hot, because it's just so bloody dry. Oh yeah, I love how it's all copper, by the way. The entire heatsink's just copper. Okay, is there a date on here? But basically, it just does this. Ready? There is so much direct airflow, but I love how it's pure copper. But yeah, trust me, AMD devices get very hot. Okay, now you can see on my hand. Okay, did not see my phone sliding back like that, but anyways, now you can see on my hand. Now you can see on my hand. I guess you could see on my entire hand though, look at this. Why isn't it focusing? Focus here. It's focusing there, but it's not focusing here, look. Really can't tell if it's in focus or not, but look, yeah, that's basically what it is. Anyways, I'm just gonna zoom out completely. It's digital zoom anyways. Oh, you know what I could have done? Instead of zooming in, I could have switched the camera to the telephoto one. Yeah, there we go, that one. Yeah, I could have switched... Oh my god, man. Why didn't I just switch to this camera, so then that way... I guess... I don't know. But I could have... Don't even know why I didn't even switch. Anyways, I have... What thermal paste is this? I knew it was going to be some grey thermal paste. This is definitely not Arctic Silver 5. This might even be like MX2, it looks like. Either MX2, maybe MX4. I doubt it's MX4. Maybe MX2, I would say. I'm thinking maybe MX2. Doesn't smell of anything, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it because I know it needs replacing. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw the Ultimate Performance one in here. I could throw an MX4 because this is just a laptop, but still, I need to have Ultimate Performance in this thing, and in order to do that, I need to get amazing thermal paste. So, I know the thermal paste it's not doing the best, but still, I need to get like... Okay, first of all, I'm going to move this I'm going to move this heatsink just out of shot, behind the phone, or, yeah, behind, on the bottom of the phone. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly go grab some lemon wipes. Did I leave the lemon wipes here last time? I'm pretty sure I did. If I did, I was gonna say yeah, I literally found them, but no, that wasn't it. Yeah. Oh no, there we go. Yeah. Okay, all I need is one lemon wipe. I think. I'm not sure if I do, but I think I need one lemon wipe. Get one out. Throw it down. Put it back. Right, I'm just going to enable the comments. I want to see if you guys have said anything. If you guys haven't, then whatever. It wouldn't really shock me anyways, because whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and... Give me a second, because I need to replace the... After this, I have one more device, probably 2 more devices, maybe 3 more, that need a thermal paste replacement. Okay, I've got a lot of devices on my hand at the moment. All I need to do, I've got the lemon wipe. I just need to just... Is it in focus? Okay, I think that's in focus. I'm gonna get the laptop, and I like how you can just do it straight from here, right? You can just replace, because obviously this company knew that the thermal paste will need replacing soon. This is a laptop from 2012, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom the camera in. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it there. You got to focus on the APU. 3, 2, 1. Yes, there we go. Okay, you guys see the APU? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Now you can start seeing the chip die as well. Still thermal paste. You can see the chip die is a bit exposed now, so got to be careful here. Okay, the chip die is now fully exposed. Now I'm just got to get a dry tissue and clean it off. This is an APU anyway, so APUs are very easy to clean off. I've mostly been working on APUs than anything. Because APUs are just so easy to just work on. They're really easy, trust me. Even a little tiny APU like this is a very tiny APU, by the way. This is a microprocessor, okay? And still, like, this is doing like an amazing job, you know, with Windows and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my dry tissue, which is just over there. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off the chip die. Wow, it says AMD so clearly. Look at this, guys. See it? It says AMD so clearly. But yeah, that chip die. I'm going to go ahead and clean it again. Make it wet one more time. Okay, AMD chip die is exposed. Go ahead and... Just making sure that the chip die is clean. Usually I do the spread method, but with this one I don't really know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that jet fan, you know, there's been times where this got really goddamn hot, because I can clearly see up there it's got really goddamn hot sometimes. Then sometimes it's just really cool. It really depends on what Windows is doing in the background. But yeah, AMD processors, they get very goddamn hot, man. You know. I don't know, the chip die from the sides. 2010 what? 2010 AMD, really? Like this processor from 2010, really? It could have been from 2011 or 2012, but nope. 2010. Anyways, let's see if we can blow through the vents. Even that's enough to spin the jet fan. That jet fan really likes to spin really fast. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can clean all the sides of it, because I'm gonna clean the edges too, because literally just because the although if I have the processor completely just covered in thermal paste from the sides as well, like the edges, because I usually do I do the spread method, which is very neat. Something like this though, I don't even have to do the spread method. I can just do like a little dot method, and there we go. Okay, I think I cleaned a bit of that. Clean this too. I'm not sure if I am going to get anything clean right now, or if I'm cleaning anything on the sides. But yeah, this chip dye is obviously going to be shiny. That's how it is. I think I remember seeing a laptop with a chip dye that was like exposed. Not really exposed, but like it had the it had a heat spreader. I was like, oh my god, the laptop, the chip gets that hot. Like that little microprocessor really gets that hot, really, like, you know. But yeah, trust me, microprocessors really get like boiling, man, you know. Clean the edges. I'm just making sure that my processor is clean. And I can take the jet fan out if I wanted to right now. But there's really nothing to get there, is it? So probably not. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this notebook doesn't really have a DVD drive. I can see if I can, you know, like, no, I'm still not sure why it's covered like that from the sides. I'm just doing it the sheet by here. Okay, this is the most I can clean the chip dye. You could probably see. Now I just work on the heatsink. The heatsink is very easy to work on, because look, number one, yeah, the heatsink is very tiny. Okay, I can just blow through it like a accordion, or whatever you call those, like those. I don't know what the hell you call those things. You know those things where we blow them through, and like the American people use. I don't know what they're called. What were they called? Harmonicas. I could I could blow through like a harmonica. Anyways, so basically we have this you know, we have the old thermal paste. I'm gonna go ahead and get the tissue. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off, because if you guys know, now some people, which I don't really like what they do sometimes, but they clean the chip dye on it's like on any hardware. Some people do this, right? Only some people do this. They clean the chip dye, but they don't really clean the edges off. I'm like, why? That's not really neat. Now some people I've seen, they've also they place thermal paste on the processor chip dye and the heatsink. They also place one on the heatsink as well. I'm like, why? You know, all you need is just one drop on the chip dye. Literally just because. And yep, thankfully it's all copper, and the jet fan is downside up. That's amazing stuff, man. That's amazing stuff. That's what I've always been thinking about, and luckily it came to life this time when that guy gave me the laptop out of nowhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all cleaned off. So we just have so much thermal paste, dried thermal paste. I don't know. Looking at the color, it always looks like maybe because I know default thermal paste in America is always like white, but the thermal paste here is always like, because well, the white thermal paste always has carbon and stuff in it. The thermal paste here is always this like this dark grayish color. This could even be, no, this is not Arctic Silver 5 is more of a brownish gray. This might even be MX2, maybe if the MX3 even exists, but MX4 probably looks like. But yeah, get all the thermal paste off. Let's clean it. So yeah, all we really gotta do is clean the chip die. And clean off the heatsink, and then you're done. Because look, cleaning off a copper heatsink is so easy, and also an aluminium one. The heatsink part is so easy. I can do it like all day, you know? I can do it all day, all night. Cleaning off heatsink. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave, actually no, I'm not going to leave that. I'm going to clean off the little bit of thermal paste here, and I'm just going to get to work with the MX6, or the Ultimate Performance one. So, right, I need to quickly finish here. It's so late right now, guys, trust me. I'm just cleaning off this copper heatsink. Because it's all copper, it's gonna take the heat straight from the processor, and it's just gonna you know, evaporate it onto the system, onto the, well, it's gonna leave it all to the jet fan to do. So now our heatsink is very clean. It looks like a brand new replacement copper heatsink. I'm going to go ahead and put the new thermal paste on. I'm probably going to leave the camera zoomed in. I might spread the thermal paste. I don't really know what I'm going to do on the chip die, because if I show you the chip die again, the chip die is just basically just exposed anyways. As you can see. I need to do something about this tape. I might have to take this jet fan out. I could put new tape there, but I don't really want to do that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and unscrew the jet fan. I'm going to take the jet fan out. So let me get my screwdriver. Take the jet fan out, because the jet fan is really just there. Oh, that I don't know how. Never mind, that actually does come off. Jet fan's first screw, second screw. And give me a second. Take the jet fan out. Just unscrewing the jet fan right now, so there we go. There we go. We're out with the jet fan exposed. I really wish there was a this was a blue motherboard, because then it would be a bit more higher end. But it still feels high end. Oh man, what, this jet fan just got accumulated a bit more dust. Let me see if I can clean that. Hold on. Those two separate screws off of the jet fan and just place them beside the other screws, so then I can keep track. Oh my god, look at that dirt. I just got all that from the jet fan. I'm going to take the jet fan apart. Give me a second. It's really slippery. Take the jet fan out. Okay, so we now got the fan blades themselves, but I'm just gonna place them here for now. Now we just got the motor of the jet fan. All that dirt, most of that dirt was from the jet fan. I'm like, oh my god, that's horrendous. That's the amount of dirt you get from the jet fan. The jet fan's still pushing it, it's just very dirty, that's all. Pardon me. It's all touching to the motor. Let me see if I can get in there again. Yeah, we got even more dirt from the jet fan. Go ahead and clean that off with the dry tissue. Okay. Our fan hub appears to be clean. However, I still don't know what makes that weird sound when the jet fan spins up sometimes. Because it's like the jet fan. Because here's the thing. Here's the actual fan itself. Here's the fan, the main, the main fan bit, the one that spins, the one I was stopping earlier on. I don't know what it is that causes it to be like, to vibrate weirdly. It vibrates sometimes, and it's like, it vibrates in a way that's not really supposed to do that. Anyways, luckily it's not an upside down jet fan. Right, we should be good to go. However, actually, I'm gonna leave that like that. Now we've got the jet fan still attached to the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get my wipe again. I'm gonna see if I can clean this bit over here. Do you guys see this? All that dirt? Not sure if I can even clean that off. I'm gonna see if I can. Okay, we got a little bit off. Just getting whatever I can. That's all. Okay, we're getting some Dermal paste. This Dermal paste there. What the hell? Okay, that's all the dirt we got from the exhaust vent. I'm gonna go ahead and just clean the outside a bit, because I know it's not supposed to be this dirty. Got some dirt and grime from that just by cleaning that off. Gonna go and clean off with the dry tissue. Go in there with the dry tissue again. Yeah, I'm just making sure that this laptop is as clean as possible, to be honest, because it's not a gaming laptop, but at the same time, it's got an AMD processor, and I know AMD processors, holy crap, they get really hot. Not only that, the Southbridge also gets very hot, and I'm going to see what I can do for the Southbridge. What is the Southbridge using for the thermal conductivity, because I have no idea myself. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get the thermal paste, and I'm going to see. I don't know if I should spread it or not, that's the thing, I'm not really sure. See, the thing is, I would spread it, but I don't know. I guess I could just spread it across, but first of all, I'm just going to spit out some thermal paste on tissue. Because that bit, that's always the dry end. I'm going to make sure the dry end is not there. Just spit a little bit out. Just a tiny bit. There's not a dry thermal paste. Probably add that later or somewhere. Right, now I'm just going to go ahead and just apply the thermal paste. Alright, ready? Thermal paste application 3, 2, 1. Actually, I'm going to move the jet fan. I could even just unplug it if I wanted to. Yeah, I may as well. Hold on, let me put my tube of thermal paste. Let me hold it in my hand. Don't want to just break the jet fan. There, okay. Disconnected the jet fan, you can see it's disconnected. Put that aside. Okay. And I can always connect it back up later. I could just put the heatsink on then after that. So let's go ahead and do the thermal paste application. We probably just need a little line thermal paste. Yeah, I know the size was probably looks like a P dot size, but okay. Now we just take the thermal paste off, and I can just put the cap back on. This is just a lazy way of doing it because I don't really have much time at the moment, so I'm just gonna. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put the heatsink back on because the pressure of the heatsink is just gonna squeeze all the thermal paste down. First you do 2 screws, or you screw it down 2 times, or like this, just to even out the pressure, like that. Okay, and then after that you put the 2 other screws in. Now the next device I'm probably just gonna like put the thermal paste on, repaste, like I would say probably like another gaming console. I've done enough with the PS4, so I might leave that for a bit. The PS4 just needs a new thermal pad and that's it. You know, for the video memory and stuff on there, like it does get very hot, and I don't really go on my PS4 much anymore as I used to, but to be honest, the PS4 does still get very hot. I do have a plan with the PS4 though. I'm probably going to remove that net on the back, because I think that if you remove that net, because I don't think it's there on the PS4 Pro, because I took apart the PS4 Pro and I don't think it's there. I don't believe so, but I don't know. You never know. It could be. So yeah, well, with this PS4 Slim, I'm just going to go ahead and just remove that net, because that's probably there from the manufacturing process, just so that all the plastic could just flow in the mold, and it can make the mold for the chassis. That's probably why it's there. But other than that, for airflow and stuff, you don't really need it. I don't need it either, so no point, because guess what? It's not going to catch any. There's no dust over here, and I'm always taking care of the heatsink anyways. I'm always making sure that that's clean. Right, my question is, why the hell is this like that? Would the laptop start without the jet fan? Or would it need the jet fan to start up specifically, literally just because? Right, I'm going to see now the chip die. Can't really see it much because there's lots of the laptop is in the way. I think it's covered up in there. I did put plenty of thermal paste in there, so it should be all covered up now. And it's non-conductive and non-capacitive as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw the jet fan, and we do have a bit of dust on the jet fan. Not the jet, you know. We've got a bit of dust on the tape. I'm going to keep that on there anyways. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just put this back on. Okay. That just slid on, man. That slid on completely. By the way, Jamie is waiting in the call for me, but I told him, oh, I'm just gonna be. You know what? I might even join the call on the laptop, because wouldn't that be just funny if I joined the Discord call on the laptop? Then I could just be like, hey Jamie, I'm on the laptop and I replaced the thermal paste. Anyways, that tape is mostly on there, and I keep that tape on there for a reason. Okay, there's a reason for that. Just so that because look, the way they manufacture it, because the heatsink is so fine, the fin stack inside the heatsink is so fine that the air is not enough for like the air to even out and go through. The more finer something is, the more finer the holes, then it's harder for the airflow to just go through it, because it's smaller. And this is what's going on with this heatsink, and because of that, the airflow just sort of it bumps off and it goes underneath the heatsink. It's not going through the heatsink. That's why I put this tape on this, so then the airflow can go through the heatsink. That way, it's actually I can hear that. You know, I know when it's coming out the heatsink or not. And when I hear that, if I don't hear the airflow, then I know it's not coming out the heatsink properly, even though I can feel that it's there. So manufacturers don't manufacture it properly, and that's why some laptops, when you open them up by default, they have a little piece of tape over the jet fan. Sometimes the manufacturer puts that there because the manufacturer knows. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect the jet fan back up, because it's lifting up again. Hope I'm not doing it backwards. No, I'm not doing it backwards. Good. Connect it back up, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's connected up. Alright, now we can just connect the jet fan. Put the tape back on. I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 screws for the jet fan back in. So yeah, a thermal paste application is done as of right now. Go ahead and... Okay, now... move the sticker out of the way. I kind of still look like that, hold on, because the screwdriver is so fine. I'm going to go ahead and get a smaller screw bit. Smaller screw bits here. I'm going to go ahead and take this one. The big one is amazing, but it's just too big for the way they made this thing is just not really good. I'm not satisfied with it. Fucking stick on them. What is that? Is that for the display? Is that white? It's just coming in the way. So get the hell out of here, you know? Just trying to screw the jet fan back and I can't even do that. Okay, now we're pretty much done. So now I can go ahead and I can just put the cover back. It doesn't really matter about this tape, to be honest. I'm going to put the cover back on and then test it out. Then join the Discord call. I know how slow Windows is going to be, to be honest. But yeah, I was about to force shut down the laptop because literally it just got to a point where it was taking forever. That was what was taking so much time. So it was already hibernating before, and now it's just not hibernating now. Because I've completely shut it down completely. So, now I've did my thermal paste application. Zoom out. So it zoomed in for some time, now the phone's getting warm. Just put this in, and there we go. Now look at the battery. And hopefully this is still holding charge, because as you guys saw, I think it was out of focus when I showed you guys, but yeah, it just... I unplugged the battery and it just fell. It just fell straight from the bloody laptop. Okay, just a slide in. It doesn't click in or anything, just slides in ever so slightly and then it's in. Okay, now turn on. Good. Okay, the jet fan, you can see it span up almost full speed then. And there we go, we got Windows loading on there. Okay, see? Windows is now loading. Now I'm just going to wait now. I'm just going to see how it goes, to be honest. I don't know. I might end the stream here because I need to do some stuff. And, I don't know. What am I going to do with that thermal paste thing? Because I could do like, I could, because I've got the thermal paste out now. I could put it on the back of my phone or something. I'm not really sure. I'm still thinking about it. I could probably put it inside my phone because my phone does get really hot and it's got no cooling whatsoever. No thermal paste. Yeah, Windows is still loading, by the way, so I'm just waiting for that. And then we got the arrow, you know, the arrow, the mouse. See, got the mouse. I'm just gonna wait now until everything loads in. The APU and the heatsink, surprisingly, heatsink's getting as warm as the APU now. That's great. And the jet fan doesn't even have to spin up. So I'm going to wait for that to load. I'm probably going to end it here. So if you guys have enjoyed today's stream, you know what to do. So all I have to do was just... I'm going to show you guys what I did to make the... Oh my god, this entire bit of plastic here is all warm. I'm going to show you guys what I did, basically, to make it, like... Hold on. Just put this back on. Where did I put the other screw bit? Oh, there it is. Get my thermal paste quickly. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that's on. Is it just a case of popping it on and not screwing it on? 'Cause I'm pretty sure you screw it on, right? Oh, well, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm just used to the MX4, because if I show you the MX4 thermal paste, see the MX4 one? This one just sort of screws in, basically. I'm used to the MX... You see how much MX4 I've still got left. So, I'm just going to go ahead and put this MX6 thermal paste back, and I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I hope you guys do like the stream, because it was quite lengthy. So yeah, if you have enjoyed today's stream, you know what to do. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Somebody's waiting out there right now. My laptop is still... Okay, now it's on the lock screen, but I'm probably going to go with it in a bit. Give me a second. I'm going to go and put this back. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on. And I'm going to put my laptop to sleep. Okay, now the jet fan's spinning up. Oh, now that's funny. It's spinning out at very low speed. So now you guys can see. Look at this. The jet fan is now spinning. It is spinning at such low speed right now. And there is some airflow coming through. But now, yep, the bottom does definitely feel very cool. Before it was getting really warm. The APU feels very cool as well. Look at that. Well, it's not very cool, but still, it's like still feels nice. Yeah. So there you go. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back, and that's gonna be it. And probably the Discord call will probably do afterwards, because Windows, because it's on a mechanical hard drive, it's gonna take ages to load. So, anyways, if you have enjoyed today's stream, you know what to do. And before I end the stream, I'm gonna show you guys what I did. So basically, I had to get my power supply, and I had to. You see this entire plastic strip that's going across here. I have to basically get my power supply, and I had to put it over there, and that's how I basically got the entire setup of the phone. This is the maximum it can go, and then this is like the minimum. I could have just did that like when I was over there, but whatever. So yeah, that's gonna be it. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. I'll see you guys. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do for the Pavilion laptop. Maybe maybe a hard drive upgrade, like a SSD. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.